Good morning, Madam Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alexandra and I am the second speaker for the negative team. My team is of the belief that a person's smoking status should have no impact on their employability. The second speaker from the affirmative team has argued that smokers are less productive than non-smokers and that smokers increase costs for employers. It is ignorant to assume that all employees are of equal value to their organisations. While employing a smoker may increase costs, the affirmative team made no mention of the varying skills and value of employees to organisations. A highly skilled and experienced smoking employee is much more likely and capable to increase the overall profitability and effectiveness of their organisation than a non-smoking employee with little to no experience or skills. On the same note, smoking status is not an indication of personality or values, meaning that a smoking employee with an identical skill set as a non-smoking employee may still have a stronger work ethic and higher productivity, despite being a smoker. The affirmative team thinks that smoking should be tested as drugs are in some companies. Drug testing is too costly and causes too much red tape in small organisations, and is not incongruent with some organisations' values. Enforcing no smoking rules could prove fatal to some organisations. In some cases, prior drug tests used have failed to prove effective in identifying those people who actually have used drugs. Drug testing does not work to beat the underlying issue, which is addiction to nicotine. Studies have shown that public naming and shaming of users does not help them to overcome the addiction. Likewise, how can taking away a person's employability aspects help to overcome their addiction? The affirmative team also argued that smokers can damage the public image of their organisations. Organisations such as the World Health Organization and Cancer Council do have ethical grounds to not hire smokers. Most other organisations are not so strongly affiliated with the effects of tobacco use. So how can it be argued that smoking will affect the organisation's image? Lifestyle choices should be inconsequential to employers. Our first speaker has already argued that it is unethical for businesses to refuse to hire people just because they smoke. Kelly also raised the issue that discrimination concerns would definitely be raised should businesses refuse to hire anyone that may increase their health-related costs. So why should discrimination against smokers be allowed? I will present the argument that the economic impact on people of lower socioeconomic status could be significant. Refusing to hire smokers preempts interventions that more effectively promote smoking cessation, and that smokers have increased absenteeism. Is this fact or simply a stereotype? It is a known fact that there are much higher rates of smoking within disadvantaged groups. Businesses refusing to hire employees from disadvantaged groups is simply increasing their disadvantage. The Cancer Council estimated that 46% of lone mothers are smokers, as are 63% of vulnerable young people and 47% of Aboriginal people. These figures are staggering and to the negative team represent a large portion of the population who could prove highly useful to their organisations. There are many successful people that come from disadvantaged backgrounds. Denying smokers employment is equivalent to denying employment to a large percentage of the population who need it the most. While it is in the best interest of smokers to cease smoking, it is a personal choice. Denying employment has not been proved to be an effective smoking cessation aid. Counselling and a combination of nicotine replacements are the most effective aids. It could be more effective and ultimately beneficial for employers to offer these sorts of aids to their smoking employees, rather than trying to simply control their personal choices. The employee may feel stronger loyalty and effective commitment to an organisation that shows an interest in their health. Furthermore, there has been a positive association between employment and beating addictions proven. So stopping smokers gaining employment achieves the complete opposite of its purpose. The studies put forward by the affirmative team for the argument that smokers have increased absenteeism did not necessarily take into account the other factors that could contribute to absenteeism. Health issues unrelated to smoking, age, family responsibilities, and organisational commitment are all contributors to absenteeism in employees. While it is an easy stereotype to subscribe to, that smokers will be absent more often than non-smokers, there are so many other factors that contribute to an employee's ability or willingness to present for work. Discriminating against smokers is simply unacceptable. As the negative team has proven, it is unethical to not hire smokers on the basis of their lifestyle choices. Banning the employee employment of smokers could have serious social impacts and preempt interventions that more effectively promote smoking cessation. Not employing smokers by subscribing to the stereotype that all smokers are lazy employees who take no end of unpaid smoke breaks is venturing into dangerous territory. I will conclude with a quote by Stuart Oskamp. The simpler and more convenient the stereotype, the more likely it is to be inaccurate, at least in part. Thank you for your time.